I'm here today to honor my cousin, U.S. Air Force Captain Edward Rell Bushnell, a Blandonsville native and Vietnam War veteran who gave his life for his country. He was 29 years old, a month older than me. This October will mark 50 years since my aunt and uncle, Wendell and Alberta Bushnell, received the news that all parents fear. Their son was reported missing in the South China Sea. Captain Bushnell was an aerial reconnaissance weather officer, one of the typhoon chasers in the 54th Weather Reconnaissance Squadron. He and his crew, designated Swan 38, were assigned to monitor Typhoon Bess, which had developed between Guam and Luzon. On October 12, 1974, they flew out of Clark Air Force Base in the Philippines. A week after they were notified their son was missing, my aunt and uncle received confirmation of their son's death. They had to wait 7 more years for Rell to be declared legally dead. I don't think my aunt and uncle accepted his death for many years. They later placed a memorial stone in the Glade City Cemetery in his honor. Speaking for myself and my extended family, we never felt closure and had many unanswered questions. For 35 years, we knew nothing about their ill-fated flight or whose Rell's crew members were. It's been my mission to find answers. At the time of their disappearance, there was no internet. I started searching for information in 2010 when this Veterans Memorial was in the planning stages. In the process, I connected with 2 of Rell's former co-workers who shared information and photos with me. This is what I've learned, and this is from the official report. The last radio call from Swan 38 showed that the crew had completed their first penetration and most of an alpha pattern peripheral track. They should have been preparing for their second penetration. After about an hour without contact, the high-frequency airway station at Clark Air Base attempted to contact Swan 38. When that failed, other high-frequency stations joined in the communication search. On the morning of 13 October, a massive air and sea search was undertaken. Air Force and Navy assets covered a huge area of the South China Sea over a period of several weeks. No definitive wreckage was ever sighted, and the search was terminated by the Air Force. The Air Force Accident Investigation Board was unable to reach any conclusions as to what had happened. No emergency communications were received. Sea conditions at the time were such that a successful ditching was highly unlikely. The 6 crewmen were declared missing and presumed dead. In 2011, I received an email from retired Lieutenant Colonel Barris, archivist for the Air Weather Reconnaissance Association. He wrote the following to me. At the time of the accident, I was a young navigator in the 55th Weather Reconnaissance Squadron at McClellan Air Force Base. I flew with Rell several times. He and I both worked in the squadron budget office, so we chatted quite a bit. I personally talked to the folks from the Rescue Coordination Center at Kadena Air Base in Okinawa and folks from the search and rescue crews who participated from both Guam and Kadena. Nothing was ever heard, seen, or found. He emailed me a copy of the crew's WC-130 Hercules, call sign Swan 38. To hear specifics from someone who actually knew Rell and had worked with him was comforting after all the years of having no information. Rell's crew members that fateful night were the aircraft commander, First Lieutenant Gary Crass, age 27, co-pilot, First Lieutenant Michael O'Brien, age 27, navigator, First Lieutenant Timothy Hoffman, age 24, flight engineer, Tech Sergeant Kenneth Sewer, age 38, and drop sound operator, Staff Sergeant Detlef Ringler, age 22. In the past year, I've connected with 2 family members of the crew, the pilot's son, Sean, and the drop sound operator's brother, Chris. They were both 5 years old at the time. Rell never received the military honors that were due him at the time of his death. There was no memorial service or funeral. I'd like to thank Carol and the committee for giving me the opportunity to eulogize him today. Edward Rell Bushnell was born May 11, 1945 in Macomb, the son of Wendell and Alberta Elder Bushnell. He attended Blandonsville Grade School and graduated from Northwestern High School, now West Prairie High School, in 1963. He was president of his senior class and was on the football team throughout his high school years. Pat Hainline was a classmate of Rell's. She told me Rell was able to stand in front of the class and give a report. The crazy thing was he had never read the material and could snow the teacher every time. Rel received a Bachelor of Science degree in math from Western Illinois University in 1967 and was a student teacher at La Harpe High School. Rel was a talented musician and played in the Rising Sons band with his brother Bill. In addition to his parents, Rel was survived by his brother Bill and sister Jana at the time of his death. They have all since passed away. Rel enlisted in the U.S. Air Force in November 1967 during the Vietnam War. He was commissioned a second lieutenant in February 1968 and attained the rank of captain. He had foreign service in Vietnam and the Philippines until his death in October 1974. I learned from Captain Gary Worley, who served with Rel in a two-man office in Saigon City, that Rel had a gig with an American meteorologist on local TV. Rel was the meteorologist with the first weather group, and he joined Janie Lewis on AFVN TV, and I can imagine Rel being very comfortable in that role. She provided the stateside weather, while Rel provided meteorological support during the war. Known as weather warriors, they used the latest technology to predict weather patterns, prepare forecasts, and communicate weather information to commanders and pilots. Captain Worley said Rel talked to him about wanting to get into weather reconnaissance. Rel's next assignment was as a typhoon chaser flying out of Clark Air Base, the Philippines. Captain Worley wrote the citation for Rel's Bronze Star Medal. Captain Bushnell's decorations and awards include the Air Medal, Bronze Star Medal, Vietnam Service Medal with 2 Bronze Stars, National Defense Service Medal, and Small Arms Expert Marksmanship Ribbon. Rel's high school classmates and his family members purchased a memorial brick in his honor. The Hurricane Hunter Association established the Swan 38 Memorial Scholarship in memory of the crew. Annually, they award the scholarship to outstanding students in the 403rd Wing. Rel's parents established a scholarship in their son's memory for graduates of Northwest Unit High School, now West Prairie High School, to attend Western Illinois University. The first recipient of the scholarship was Stephanie Meriwether Raymer, granddaughter of Bernard Thompson. Rel has been gone for 50 years, but he's not forgotten. We take comfort in the fact that he died doing what he loved. In our memories, he will be forever young. During the salute to the dead today and the playing of taps, I will be thinking of Rel and his crew and their heroic sacrifice. May they rest in peace.
Thank you, Jean. I know Rel has a large number of relatives here today. Would they please stand so we could honor him?